Good evening. We have another Age of Empires 2 gameplay game. This one a 2v2 between Yo and Lix and Liereyy and Hera. So let's get right into it. We've got Yo in the red. He is playing as the Magyars. And then in the yellow to his west is Lix playing as the Ethiopians. Against Lix will be Hera playing as the Lithuanians. And then his teammate is Liereyy playing as the Vikings. So, expectation is going to be, well, I guess, archers for the archer civs, scouts for the scout civs. So Ethiopians and Vikings likely will go archers, and then the scout players will be Yo and Hera playing as the Lithuanians and the Magyars. Overall, what we've been seeing recently is a lot of games with Yo and Lix training up. One of the best 2v2 teams in the world, as was shown recently in the World Cup. They are consistently performing, able to really work off of each other and have faith in one another to continue their growth. I will just speed up a little bit as I take a quick look at the maps of the players. Not a big fan of the map that Lix has. He does have fairly open front with front berries, front gold, front stone, and another front gold. He does have this one kind of tucked away in the back, which is nice, and should be able to be walled if he gets to that point. On the other side, we do have Yo, who once again front berries, front gold, front stone, but he does have this back stone, and that is about it. All of his golds are forward, which, playing against Liereyy with those archers, great micro, that might cause problems further down the line. Liereyy does have similar base to Lix in that it is fairly open on the front, but he will be able to deny a little bit.
Speaking.
And then we have Hera already beginning his wall off on that side. Other side, somewhat open, but nothing too bad. He does have his, in this little cave, he does have berries and gold that is protected. And here we go, getting walled in. That scout, he will have to run all the way around to get out. Nice quick walls from Liereyy. That is how Liereyy plays. Very fast, lots of clicks per minute. Right now, most of the players just taking a quick look around. Lix is dropping a barracks in response to the barracks that was already dropped by the Lithuanian player Hera. And they will be just building up, starting to make their armies as quickly as possible. I will slow down slightly now that we are, for the most part, in the feudal age. Hera, first one in the feudal age, he is going to be sending out scouts as quickly as possible. And by the time he gets over here, in all likelihood, there will be a full wall. Great play between Liereyy and Hera to double team these villagers, get a couple of free hits. Doubtful that they'll actually make a kill, but nice. 4 villagers delayed for that long, always a good bonus. There we go. Hera takes the victory of that scout battle. However, that scout's not going to be able to do too much once the spears and double archery range comes out. On the other side, we do have Liereyy starting to wall off the front of his base as well. And then we do have the archery range coming down, just one so far from him, and he will be up against one stable production from Mr. Yo. If we take a look at the economy, Lix, one villager behind the rest. That's nothing to really write home about. One villager isn't going to make or break it too much at this point in time. That could be just a couple of seconds delay. As you saw, there's a bit of fluctuation with all of them now being the same. Gate does not go down in time for Lix though, and he will now officially be one villager down with that one going down. These scouts not quite ready to take the fight, especially with Yo coming in to protect. That will make a big difference. And over here is just a scout from Liereyy. Hera runs back to his base, fills up the reinforcements. He hasn't fully walled in yet. Is just about finished his wall off. Every single player in this game fully walled in now at this point in time. and starting to move forward with as many military as they can. So right now, this archer will go down, but unlikely that Hera will be wanting to take this fight, especially with that spearman in there and the reinforcement of the scout. With a couple extra farms going up, he is going to be looking to collect as much as possible. Lick's now very far behind, 25 villagers compared to the 28 of all the rest. That is because of Vill pick, as well as a little bit of delay on idle time on the town center, as we have right now. This army going in right now with Licks protecting from behind. At this point in time, this army could get cornered by the army of, sorry, not Licks, of the army of Liereyy and Hera, and they're hoping to get those guys trapped in. That is one thing that both Liereyy and Hera are well known for, is their quick wall traps, and it is something that can cause major problems for other teams. We'll see what happens. See if they can get a couple of Vill picks, deciding to fight with one or two Vills. Ooh, Hera does end up losing one of the fights. He is fallen a bit behind with villagers, but they have completely cleared up the military. We now have 14 military for Liereyy, 6 for Hera, around the same for Licks, and 3 only for Yo. With the big swing in military, the economies are still fairly even, with Liereyy and Yo being the same villager count, and Hera and Licks being the same as well. When you look at resources, Hera and Yo look like they could be saving up for the Castle Age pretty shortly here, sending over to gold for Hera and sending over to gold for Yo as well. Looks like they will both be looking to click up in the short term. Defensive tower coming up here from Liereyy, or from Licks, terribly sorry there. From Licks, they will now not have enough stone for a second TC, should they decide to drop that. In all likelihood, he was going to just be going for a full archer push nonetheless. Speaking of archers, Liereyy coming forward with a big batch of archers will look to take out these 4 scouts as much as possible, get as much damage as they can. Should be able to really weaken them quite a bit. While Hera, he does get a couple of hits in, takes out one of the scouts. Their main focus now is going to be attacking Yo's base, and Yo will not be able to build a town center when he gets up to the Castle Age, which he has just clicked up to. This palisade wall going down at this point in time. As you can see by the scores, Liereyy extremely far ahead, and that is largely due to the military that he is putting on the field at this point in time. They may look for another form of attack. Right now this is pretty well defended. Stone walls already up from Yo. That is going to make a huge impact, that's for sure. So with Hera and Yo up to the Castle Age, they will be looking to pump out knights, surely. Archers going forward for Licks, and there's not too much at Hera's base that can protect against 12 archers. He is running back right now. They do see this coming, and they also have most likely scouted these 3 scouts as well. 1 villager goes down. That will be about it for now until they break through this palisade wall, and at that point in time, Hera's base may be under a little bit of trouble. In saying that, Licks is still very far away from clicking up to the Castle Age, or from making it up to the Castle Age. With Hera at 75%, Licks only at 18, that will make a big difference. Quick gates getting dropped, making sure that this army will not be able to attack the wood line on the front. However, the house gets broken into fairly quickly. Yo, being the first one up to Castle Age, immediately starts producing 2 knights, and we see the exact same thing out of Hera as soon as he hits the Castle Age as well. By the time these knights come over, these armies will likely have had to have engaged, just due to the fact that they are in the back of Hera's base. They are looking to take out and Liereyy knows that he's got more military. Great work from Liereyy to just track down these archers. And the entire army of Licks will be going down now. Taking a quick look at the bases, see if there's any extra eco growth, anything along those lines. Nothing quite yet. For now, looks like we're just keeping on one TC for Yo and just clearing out this last scout in the back of Hera's base. Militarily, Liereyy has more than the other team combined, and Hera has 9 military. Some of that being scouts, which are not as useful now, whereas the archers have been now upgraded to crossbows. The second group coming forward. And we see 4 archery range production right now from Licks. Not producing currently out of all 4 of these, but it is still a massive endeavor to be even considering having 4 be built. Looks like right now his eco maybe getting to a point to be producing out of all 4. It is a little bit messy here and there, but overall it should be able to support the 4 archery ranges that he is hoping for eventually. He does go for ballistics first, and Hera and Liereyy are in Licks' base. In the meantime, knights are being masked up by Mr. Yo, and they're being a little bit wary of whether they should run in or not.
Ow.
Same upgrades on the crossbows, however, these Ethiopian crossbows, they do have ballistics already, or just coming in now, and they also have the faster firing rate, which makes a massive difference. Scouts do come forward. We do see that currently Yo does have the same amount of military as Hera. However, Hera does have some of that military, which is not going to be very helpful at this point in time in the fights. Only 6 forward compared to the 9. They are working hard, taking out this army. These faster firing crossbows really making a difference, even willing to fight uphill. That makes a huge impact. Targeting down the crossbows whenever possible, using these knights in front as a meat shield. Mr. Yo not caring as much about the knights just because he doesn't need to. He needs to care more so about the crossbows of Liereyy, which are now completely gone. And suddenly Liereyy drops to 10 military versus Licks' 24. This is a major swing right now. 4 scouts, as mentioned before, Hera cannot use all of the military that he has come up with, and that's because of those scouts that are still sitting there. This monk will likely get picked off by the knights as well. Just a good bonus for Mr. Yo, considering that monk could have made a bit of a difference. We've got a second TC going down now for Hera, and on the other side, nothing quite yet for the other players. Mr. Yo's starting to save up for his first, or his second TC now. This army is looking very threatening, however there are quite a few archers coming in, 11 to fight back. This town center will go up just in time to protect them, and will help quite a bit in these fights right now. This is where the real battle is going to begin. Hera losing villagers left, right, and center, down to 41 vills versus the now 39, losing just so much right now with his economy. And Licks not even caring about whether he loses his army at this point. It has already paid off double what its worth is. However, with Hera being so low in population, we do have to look back at Liereyy, who is still #1 for population. He's got his second TC, and he is building a third right now. He is still massing out of 5 different archery ranges, and he is not worried at all. And it looks like the focus is going to turn on him very quickly. Once the focus turns on him, it will give some opportunity for Hera to rebuild his economy. And in the meantime, there is no second TC yet for Licks, and there is 1 TC going up right now for Yo. These crossbows just getting into the corners as much as possible, trying to take out these knights that are in the back of the base. Likely will not lose too many villagers. Maybe that's about it. Now they play the game of when to engage, when not to engage. At this point in time, fairly even. Both same upgrades. +2/+2 on the knights. Really, it's just going to be a difference of massing. And of course, these crossbowmen from the Ethiopians firing just that much faster. Hera has collected one relic and he will be collecting another, and that's going to make a big difference with his cavalry as well. He currently has +2 attack, and he's going to get another plus attack as soon as this relic gets dropped off. Yo coming forward with a siege workshop now, still on the back of their bases, looking for very, very all-in 1 TC pushes, whereas the other team is Hera and Liereyy are looking to boom up a little bit more. Already a monastery coming up for Liereyy. Probably will look to come out with some monks to negate the knights that will be coming forward to attack. Yo, of course, now is going to be coming out with some siege right now, and that will cause issues should Liereyy be sitting back here. Lots of problems. Lick's just being such a pain to play against. Taking out as many villagers as possible. However, still a 14 villager lead for Liereyy as compared to Yo. But the knight numbers are massively different at this point in time.
Yeah.
This push will be a big decider. One mangonel shot can take out a lot of these crossbows right now. Crossbows, of course, in this age being a little bit more weak, not being able to micro quite as good as arbs will be able to. However, big mistake, losing lots of HP against that town center, and will likely lose the mangonel to these crossbows, just because there's no way Lierey's micro is going to allow a weakened mangonel to get a good shot off. Has hit a little bit of a stalemate on the right side, nobody really focusing on attacking anywhere else. We do see Hera's army of 19 running around the middle. That could cause problems further down the road, but at this point in time it is unlikely. Look at Liereyy, so confident with his micro, he will walk right up and doesn't need to space out or anything. And he will take out mangonels easily. This is not a good fight for Hera to be engaging in, losing quite a few knights for free, thinking maybe he had caught the crossbows off guard, but did not quite do that. But all that said, talked a little bit about the archers of Liereyy earlier. Not quite arbalest yet. Well, now that arbalest move is coming in, and that will completely topple the scales. Taking a quick look at Lix's economy right now, he has not clicked up, and he is nowhere close to clicking up to the Imperial Age. Right now they're doing a last-ditch effort, going to try and take out this TC. This TC will for sure go down very quickly, and all of the villagers inside it should die should they decide not to engage in the fight against the knights that are coming forward. They do take out a lot of villagers, but there is arbs and knights coming in on the other side. This entire army is likely to get mopped up. Not sure if it was well worth it. Hera very far behind from where he would like to be, but still not too far behind Lix as far as villager counts go. Still trying to keep away from these arbalests. Castles being built already for Liereyy, and they will just run right out. Few knights will stay in, cause some issues if possible, but it's Hera we're playing against. He's going to drop those quick houses, quick market, and that's going to deny any of these knights from making any more damage than they already have. Mr. Yo now is halfway up to the Imperial Age. Lick's still a long ways away. And of course I say that, and a sling has begun. That is one good thing about this team of Yo and Lix. They know each other very well, and they have played together for a long time. They know who needs help, when, and how to help each other. This castle being dropped on the way up to Imperial Age. Lix knows at his point in time the only way he is winning is by Yo carrying him. They still have nothing that they can deal with these Arbalests with. And at this point in time, Yo is going to need to just do a massive attack on the economy, move forward, and try to do as much damage as possible. But the time is ticking away. This watchtower even not doing too much. Getting denied. And it looks at this point like Lix will lose his entire base. It is looking very dire. Yo has not been able to do the damage that he is required to do. Hera gonna quick wall this, another house, and that is dropped, and he is safe on the backside as well. Yo coming out with a scorpion, but I mean, look at the range, 5+3 versus 7. This town center will go down. These archers running away, and as of now, Yo has not done enough damage in order to win this fight. Large army of knights going over. They will be cavalier, and they will have the extra defense shortly. The second TC of Lix is already down. Massive run with all of his villagers going as far away as they can to rebuild what they can. And to be fair, Yo has done a very good job in clearing up Hera's base, but 65 villagers still for Hera, and there's only 24 left for Lix. This looks like it's pretty much as close to done as it's going to get. We have another castle going up for Liereyy for extra protection, takes out the castle of Yo, and the advantage that they did have at that one point earlier in the game is gone, all due to these becoming Arbalests and having nothing to fight against it. Yo's front of his base, he is going to start running, but this is completely open for him. Even quick walls are not going to help at this point in time. The only thing that can help is these cavaliers, and he will delete buildings, make sure that there's no small choke points that he can see for these Arbalests to hide behind, but they will still end up getting rid of most of the cavalier. These knights not doing too much damage, but mind you, the knights do have +5 right now. Not enough. If you take a quick look, these knights were actually quite strong. 10+5 attack. If you look, 12+4 for the cavaliers, so not too much of a difference, all things considered. Castle Age versus Imperial Age. That's the beauty of playing as the Lithuanians once you collect up some relics. Alright, let's take a quick look at the statistics. And no surprise, Liereyy just dominating play. He has really been improving over the last couple of years, becoming one of the top tier players. His micro with his archers is unbelievable. And that does it for now. You take care.